The long road to Extra. Ready to get underway? Yup. Guess so. Then present your travel pass to that guard and let us be off. You won't have to wait long to enjoy sightseeing. The bridge to Extra is a wonder in its own right. This gate is barred to all save those with express permission from one of the Dawn servants. I bow. What the mother self? My apologies, sir. You will wait here just a moment.
Shall we then?
Yeah. Oh. This bridge is massive. Alright. Oh.
On the far side of that great bridge unfolded the wilds of Shaloni, where the sun guides in the Shatona tongue. A harsh guide, to be sure, with its blazing rays scorching the land and hardening its inhabitants. But sweeping change had come to the arid expanse when, beneath its red crust, vast deposits of ceruleum were discovered. Embracing this opportunity, Vau Kona's supporters hurtled on, driven by dreams of a future illuminated by blue flame. It is here that our journey continues, our path taking us along winding roads of steel. Each length of track a declaration of hope and ambition.
What is this music?
My home, Yasulani, lies past Shaloni.
Okay.
It will be a long journey, but the railroad should make it easier.
Trains? Again?
As for the way to the train station, let's ride these fellows, shall we?
Huh. They look like buffalo. Are we in? Like the... Oh my god, it does kind of look like we're in... I'm sorry, are we playing FF14 or New Vegas? Is this Fallout New Vegas? I just turned into that suddenly. Short arm running. Right, so if one will suffice, I have a creature ready and waiting. But if you need two, then you'll have to wait. Oh, that's fine. I have another way to get there. The Runga have been acting strangely of late, more easily spooked and otherwise disagreeable, picking out the few fit for renting, proving bothersome work. They're usually so docile, and the ones we saw earlier didn't appear to be unhealthy either. But much has changed since last I was here. Not the best start to our journey. Still, the train station isn't far, and seeing as we aren't in a hurry, let's go on foot. about that, sir. As well traveled as you look, it's not only the world that's been giving us trouble. Other wildlife has shown signs of aggression too. A merchant should be returning soon with one of our beasts. Stick around until they do, and I'll see you both on Ranrak for a safer trip. Your offer is most appreciated, but I don't think my friend here is particularly concerned about the wildlife. Actually... But the Ronic! Whatever gets us where we're going. Actually, I may be a little concerned. But the Ronic, Baronville! The Ronic! I would say, that sounds like something Ron would say. Ron Stoppable would say. If this is your first time in Shalona, I can understand your enthusiasm. It'd be a shame not to ride one at least once while you're here. A fair point. If we're to give you the authentic Shalona experience, I suppose it's worth the wait. Right, change of plans. There's a small town nearby. We can pass the time there while waiting. Take it you're heading to Hasharali? Then I'll have a man bring the Ronic over there. Just mind yourself around the drunkards and troublemakers, eh? Okay, now we have to change gears here when it comes to the mount, because... Where is it? Actually, oh yeah. Norman's coming into contact with the chocolate. Has since taken to journeying far and wide to deliver sweet treats to anyone who dares not immediately flavor at the sight of it. Huh. Okay. Where is it? Come on. I can never... There it is. Yeah. Plus, I get it's faster than most mounts. I realize, but it just feels aesthetically makes more sense aesthetically here. Oh, wait, I'm going on an adventure. Here we go. Last time I was here, it was a little more than a camp with a shop or three. Huh. The place grew.
Well. It's become a proper town.
Almost. Man, should I change to machinist and put on a cowboy hat or something? Please tell me we can get a cowboy hat. It's... Oh.
Now hold on a minute.
My goodness, they even talk like they're from...
Some sort of trouble.
That's not going on.
I'm talking to you, you old bastard.
Give me strength.
For the last time, the investigation is closed. There's no refuting the evidence.
I don't give a shit about your evidence, you lying scum. You release my friends, or I'll make you wish you had.
Let me guess, Sheriff.
Let me remind you who the scum is here. Your friends, who had the temerity to point their firearms at me, the deputy chief of the Dust Watch. And after taking them into custody, what should we discover but incontrovertible proof that they had committed larceny? They will not be released until they've paid for their crimes.
I'd heard the peacekeeping force had been formed to deal with growing lawlessness. Seems the situation is bad indeed.
Still can't get up a fuss, eh? Sounds like poor Zekua needs his bottle.
Sure he wouldn't prefer his mama's teat? Treat me like a child, will you? My friends haven't done anything wrong, damn it! They've been framed!
Oh, stubborn little runt. Listen here, Zekua. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you'd best comport yourself like one. That means respecting the rule of law. Order may be precarious here in Shaloni, but it can be had if each man does the right thing. And for those that don't, well, they have to answer to the Dust Watch. Now run along and think before you cast aspersions next time. Lest you hurt my feelings.
Fine. If that's how it's gonna be.
Don't do it.
I wouldn't if I were you.
Stydian?
Is that?
Mm-hmm.
There's a time to fight and a time to withdraw. For you, that's now.
What?
Hey!
What are you doing, Zekua? You better not be stirring up trouble.
Wahute, you sack of Ronek shit! This ain't over! You hear me?
You want to tell me what that was about?
Nothing that need concern you, sir. Zekua is simply struggling to come to terms with the low character of his friends. But for good measure, I'll have the men keep an eye on him.
Yes, you do that.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go make my rounds.
I don't know. There's something wrong with all of this. There's something really wrong.
I wasn't expecting to see your faces among the crowd. Talk is rife, there's a new Dawn servant. Take it you found it then. The Golden City.
Kinda.
Aye, the contest is over. And as I needed to return home to Yasulani, I offered to show our friends some of Shak Tural. What brings you north?
Nothing in particular. Just seeing what there is to see.
Going wherever the wind blows, eh? Because it is blowing right now. Like
Guru
fierce.
Jaja compensated me rather generously for our duel. I'll be able to enjoy a comfortable life on the road for the foreseeable future.
What?
But for now, I shall be moving on. Oh, by the way, I recommend you try the Sabatender. They may not look it. They're surprisingly delicious.
The what? You mean... What? You mean...
But we don't serve Sabotender here.
It's again. No sooner do we set out than we run into excitement. At least, no one was hurt. This Dutch Watch has their work cut out for them. For as long as I can remember, all disputes begins, well, were settled by dueling. The peoples of Shalone rarely saw eye to eye, and for better or worse, it was the simplest way to settle differences. Since most would sooner not risk their lives, though, it encouraged parties to pursue peaceful resolutions in a roundabout fashion. The Dust Watch was likely established by supporters of Gavana, preferring peace by being enforced through the formal rule of law, a reasonable stance all things considered. If things ever got out of hand, the Landsguard would be forced to step in. What freedom they have now would be lost under Zaraja's authority. All of which is to say that unless a lengthy stay in the jailhouse appeals to you, be mindful of how you handle your arms in town. Well, I guess you're gonna have to cuff my hands behind my back, because that would be my arms. Saddled up. I should like to think the stableman has arrived with the Ronikin now. I'll go on ahead to check. If you still want to have a look around, then be my guest. Come and find us when you had your fill. Wait, go back. Is there an E right here? Nope, there is. Where do we move on? Wait. Carts. No, someone that's now that gold mount. That's somebody who has a lot of money. Has a lot of gil to spend. Oh boy. Next show? What show? The friend, I take it? Sorry to have kept you both waiting. Unruly wildlife's not the only source of recent distress, I'm afraid. Also been a rise of robberies targeting merchants. As a result, we got a lengthy list of folks wanting to use our Onyx. Which is why I have to ask that you stop at Setsuzini Springs. That's fine, of course. Why haven't the Dust Watch dealt with this banditry? Himada and his fellows are doing what they can. They reckon the bandits are operating as a gang, rounding them all up is easier said than done. If you have anything of value, you'll want to take care. Thank you for the warning. Be sure to stay vigilant. Right then, if you're ready to set off, I'll see you then. Ready? Then saddle up. Your friend seems to know the way, so I won't bother giving you directions. Oh boy. This is music. This is your first time, so let's take it slow. Take care not to let it toss you. Continue to be struck by how much Shalone has changed. That town we just visited wasn't even here several years ago. With few reliable opportunities to replenish water supplies, the travelers turned to no pipelines? Not just for the water in their stems, Stein. The fruit also said to be both nutritious and delicious. Look at that. See that hole there? Some might find water there, but it's brimming in Solarium. The eruption of fire from within makes it for the spectacle as a cautionary tale. People who wandered too close. The Wallachly, meanwhile, show great reverence to Solarium and its blue green. Hey, the Wallachly! But that's a discussion for another time. We're here. Oh, will we be able to actually see them? A good thing for these Ronic. Will we be able to see the Blue Mage? The people who Blue Mage originates from? No sooner did we dismount than the next passengers are already on their way. They really are short on running. Now then. This is the Springs, perhaps the busiest town here in Charlotte. People travel here from all over hoping to find their fortune. The change comes to possibility was surprising enough, but this is no less impressive. They've achieved a great deal in the 3 years I've been away. The station is on the eastern side of town, but there should still be time before the next train departs. If you don't mind, I'd like to pay a visit to an old friend of my mentor. Elodie is her name, and if she learned that I passed through without saying a word, she'd never let me hear the end of it. She set out from our village some 10 years ago, hoping to earn coin as she traveled around Talol. I can but assume she too came here seeking greater opportunities. In any case, let us see if we can find her. Her blue hair should make her easy to spot. UFO! I'm the blue man. Blue hair? Yes, I am alien. Who might you be? He is my friend. Could it be? Goodness, it is. Ellen. Vale, yes. The man groaned. You were such a darling little thing as a child. You know, it's only been 3 years since last we spoke. Really? Only 3? I suppose it all starts to get hazy after a while, living as long as we do. This is a lady? She's known my mentor since they were children. Nice to meet you. Never thought I'd see the day when you travel with company. You really have grown. Oh, Ellen is so... Oh God, how do you even... Lane? You had to say its full name. And then what the? What they call you for? Alright. I was born Ellie Suppresha. I adopted a new name when I became a gleaner. One that adheres to Eastern Vieira conventions, so as to avoid drawing attention. Given that this is a homecoming, it was only a matter of time before you found out. Nevertheless, I would appreciate it if you would continue using my chosen name. Homecoming. You know, I've been thinking of paying the old stamping grounds a visit myself. It'd be good to see Katsuyo again. She's the finest archer I know. Ellen says his mother and mentor. Every time I dropped by, she treated us to a veritable feast, prepared with fresh game she hunted herself. You're impressive with a bow too, even among the Shitona. I could compare to Kakioa, but her skill at arms pale in comparison to her knowledge of nature. That's what earned her a place among Guru Jaja's traveling companions, after all. What? She was always the inquisitive sort, but her journey across Tyrol lit a fire in her. Even after I was born, she often left him in my care so that she could embark on another expedition in search of the unknown. Oh, how you would cry and beg her to take you along. It must have been hard on you. Indeed, please. What? We're all friends here, aren't we? No matter how many times he asked, the answer was always the same. You can come when you prove you're a true explorer. Thus did she task me with finding the Golden City. Despite my efforts, all paths led to nowhere. I assumed it was but a dreamer's fancy, a ploy to guide me to experiencing the wider world. She knew where his mother knew where the City of Gold was. It's like, if you can find it, but it was real, and we found it. You found it? As part of the rite of succession, I assumed everyone had heard. It's amazing. Oh, she'd be thrilled. And eager to bombard me with questions, no doubt. Well, we should be on our way. Thank you so much for stopping by. Give my best to help! I need help! What's that about? We will investigate. Please wait here. Maybe will we? This? What's happening here? No doubt, these are the infamous local bandits. These you have to help. I've been robbed. It's Namika, Waklamat's nursemaid. Oh, what? Aaronville? Ronald? How many closer will slit her throat from ear to ear? If you're so much as nick her skin, you won't live to regret it. Oh, yeah? Hold on, did he say this is What, Lamont's nursemaid? Maybe this isn't such a good idea. Take the goods to the boss. We'll deal with this later. You have to give it back. I'm going after Namika. This lot I leave to you. You bastard. I'll hang him by the ears and feed the old woman to the dogs. We can deal with them later. First, we need to put this one in the dirt. My sword. It'll look great drilled in head. Not what I signed up for. I want to explore, not get involved with like crazy stuff. Ooh. What's that? Ooh. Thank you. I don't know what I would have done without you. The bandit managed to get away, but I have an idea of where they're headed. You said they stole something from you? A bracelet. It was a parting gift from Lamont. I see. Close as you two were, I can only imagine how much it meant to you. But what brings you all this way? With the rights of succession over and Rockmont crowned the next Dawnservant, she was ready to stand on her own. I told her as much, and of my plans to return home to Yasalani. She gave me the bracelet that I might always remember our time together. It filled me with such joy. I wanted everyone to know, everyone to see this wonderful gift given to me by the vow of resolve, and now it's gone. I would have let them take every coin to my name if only they had left me that bracelet. I would ask what you intend to do, but I know that look. I'll knock them senseless. It's what locked them up with one. Yep. Please, you mustn't put yourselves in harm's way for my sake. Trust me. I can assure you no harm will come to us. Ronald would make certain of that. I understand your methods can be brutal, but it would be wise to show some restraint. If you find yourself on the wrong side of the law, perhaps I should come as well, to be sure all proceeds as it should. I don't know what to say. I can say why Lamont put so much faith in you both. Before anything else, let's see her back to such a stream. She'll be safer in town, and with there to keep an eye on her, we should have nothing to worry about. Thank you, both of you. Arabelle told me what happened. You need worry about Namika. If those bandits should find us, I'll kick up a fuss and see them driven out. That bracelet meant everything to her, and those bastards wouldn't care even if they knew. Makes me sick, but at least she's safe, and I know you'll set things right. 95 still, okay. I'm still in the 95 zone. Alright, let's go and recover that bracelet. While I have nothing but contempt for these bandits, as this involves a gift from Lamont, we must be mindful how our actions might reflect upon her. I doubt Namika would find joy in the return of said gift if lives were taken in the process. If it comes to violence, I ask that you stop short of killing them. The rest, we can leave to the Dust Watch. Well, now, that makes me think you're strong, really strong, are you? I may have saved the star on one occasion. I am gonna have saved the star on one occasion. You saved the star. That's a bold claim to make, but if true, that certainly speaks of your strength. If your curiosity has been sated, then please indulge mine. Is there anything you can tell us about these bandits? Let's see. Well, of late, they've been talking about some unsavory types coming and going. There's been talk of some unsavory types coming and going from Tonanatu to the southwest. Is that the old mining town that was abandoned? That's the one. Now that Silurian extraction is big business, no one wants to waste their time picking at the dry up veins there. It's like a perfect lair for bandits, not to mention that the one with the bracelet fled in that direction. So you'll be investigating the place? I can let the Dust Watch know if you like. No, not yet. It would be best if we went alone. There's something I'd like to ascertain. If you're no objections. Well, right then. So let's be off. Let's go. Yeah. It seems the bandits have claimed this place for themselves. Ugh. They've made no attempt to conceal their presence. How can the Dust Watch not have noticed by now? A question for another time. First, we must find the bracelet. I don't see the bandit who had it. Perhaps they're in one of the buildings. Ramshackle as they are, it should prove a simple thing to eavesdrop on anyone inside. If you would go and have a look about, I'll keep watch for trouble. Bandits will not notice you here. Please, any time. Boy, I'm. And you begin to pick out voices in a muffled. Don't know where we'd be without him. Probably shoveling sand, praying we strike it rich. Ain't that the truth? Only an idiot will work the mines with easier money to be had. Not when we've got a boss who can keep the dust watch all far backs, huh? Hey, watch what you say. The wind's got a way of carrying secrets to the wrong ears. Maybe so, but who ever believed one of them sainted souls was running our crew? That drunk who bought your story about the gold sheet. Am I right? That would explain a few things. Bandits will not notice you here. So that's how this is working. One of the Dust Watch is the leader of the bandits. At the same time. That's how they're able to sit in plain sight. Things out through the wall. Familiar. Let me out of here, you bastard. Shut your mouth, you sniveling little brat. Make me. I'll get you all back for framing my friends. The vulture, most of all. You tell him he can eat shit. Ha. How about we give you the chance to tell him yourself? We'll see how tough you are then. Ah. So they pinned it on... So that's what it is. Well, the one that's the leader is the one that is pinning it on innocence. Interesting. Just tear this whole place apart. And then when the Dutch spots come, then we can tear them apart too. Until we find the one that, I brought back a prize you're gonna love, boss. Here, have a look at this bracelet. Beautiful, ain't it? Made by a famous artisan. You idiot, how are we supposed to move something like this without attracting attention? Boss, please, please, I'm sorry. Reckon we could find a sailor who won't ask questions. Sell it for a song. Here's your reward, and don't me this kind of grief again. Oh, thank you. And this wall. Finished, are you? Let's repeat for now. So, were you able to learn anything? Oh, we learned a lot. And I'm happy. Their leader is a man of the Dutch Watch. That would explain why these bandits have been able to do as they please. And you say they gave the bracelet to him? It seems we have our work cut out for us. Did you hear anything else of them? Ziqua. That's the boy who confronted one of the officers in town, isn't it? And you say that they threatened to take him to speak with the Vulture, their leader's alias. No doubt. Fitting for a man who preys on the helpless. Well, now, not only do we have a better idea of who's behind the recent rash of robberies and hostile bourgeois, but we also know he has the bracelet. Retrieving it without bloodshed will prove difficult, though. If he's that quick to point a gun at his own underlings. I'll storm their order! I'll take them! I can take them all! No. The direct approach may have served you well in the past, but it won't suffice here. Loyalty is the deputy chief of the Dust Watch. He can claim we're the criminals in all this, and no few people would believe him. I might have a plan. There's a small settlement to the southeast of here. What are these names? Luwatin and Wasapa. Meet me there and I'll explain everything. No offense, but it's starting to look like they're just smashing their hand on the keyboard and just running their hand across the keyboard, and then that's the name of the place now. It's like, I want to see someone pronounce that name, okay? My goodness. If we're to retrieve the bracelet in that conflict, it won't be done barging through the front door. We'll have to lure him out. To do that, we'll avail ourselves of dragon-like creatures that live to the south of here. It's their breeding season, you see, and the males will flock to the scent of a female in heat. With a few ingredients in a sample of their species, I could create an attractant that resembles the scent when burned. We can lure the into the bandits' hideout, flushing out the vulture and his gang. Then, while they contend with our fine friends, we can sneak in and search for the bracelet. I'm afraid I must ask you collect the excrement. Of course you. Oh, you see to that. I will go and procure the remaining ingredients. And before you say anything, I do not ask this because of any invasion to species. It would simply be easier for me to find the specific species of wild plants we require. Here, take these 3 pouches, see them filled, and I will handle the rest. You could have also given me a gas mask while you're at it. And a hazmat suit. Honestly, the hazmat suit would have been better. Oh, I think we know what they look like now. Things we do in this game just makes us go, what? No, of course not. Reduced rate to 3s. Ooh, whoa. Probably this one. Oh. Oh. Hang on. Leave it up this area. Finished already, are we? Excellent. This will do nicely. All that's left is mix the feces with tumble claw wheat fibers, dry Neapolitan tender, Napoleon tender root, and a generous helping of animal fat. Come, let's go back to Miami. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce half of these names. I'm just. What in the? This is what happens when somebody just spends too much time messing with like feature creation here. This is like something you would build in Spore, it feels like. That game. Look at it, it looks so mutated. Everything is ready. Time to set our plan into motion. Sure. A fair number appear to be gathering inside. Now's our chance. I will keep watch from here. Do you attract it? I leave to you. Toss it into the bonfire near the middle of town. Or will come soon after. Oh. Blowing smoke. More like. It's kind of like that whole prank where you leave a power trap on the doorstep and then ring the doorbell and run away all of a sudden. That's what this is starting to feel like. Oh, you gotta do this madness. And we're just standing near it too. So we're just getting that all in our lungs. Just a whiff of that large whiff. Just like, pals. What's that smell? I don't know. Oh. Oh, that reeks. What is happening? Why? What did you put in the fire? Oh, wasn't me, I swear. Ah. Oh, did someone die? Maybe? Someone want to explain that ungodly stench to me? Ah, so it is. And there's the bracelet. Boss, over there. Oh. What in the what? They're coming. Jurassic Park all over again! Oh, oh my goodness! Run for your lives! So the smokes would draw them here. I swear, when I find out who did this. I'd say our friends have stirred up enough trouble. Time to retrieve the bracelet. Hey, what's going on out there? I'm still in here in case you've forgotten. Good type. We'll be right back for you. What? You gotta get me out of here now. They're gonna kill me. I'm begging you, please. Shush, they'll kill you. Shut. Shh. Who was that? Why don't you can run? Help me now. Hey, are you going to help me or what? The bracelet must wait. Let's break him out and withdraw for now. Figures. All that effort and not to show for it. Sorry about that, but damn, I didn't think anyone would have the balls to take on the vulture. No need to apologize. We were planning to save you, eventually. Really? And I don't even know who you are. You secret admirers of mine or something? No. I'm just having fun with you. But I do appreciate the help. This man they call the Vulture. I've seen his face before. Was he not the officer you confronted in town? One and the same. But he's not masquerading as a gang leader. He serves as deputy chief of the Dust Watch. That would explain why the bandits are so confident they can avoid capture. You're trying to get back something the Vulture stole, right? Let me help. It's the least I can do. You bailed me out back there. I have an idea where he's hid his cash. Reckon he's headed there now, too. We can go together. I got a score to settle with him myself. I don't doubt you do. But we need to know what it is first. Will you tell us? Right, so those bandits at Totowaniyama? They're called the Daybreakers, and it was me and my friends that founded the group. But it wasn't a gang of cutthroats. Not back then. We just wanted to protect people who couldn't protect themselves. Kids being harassed by bullies, workers being exploited by the mining concerns, folks who needed help to even the odds. That was 3 years ago, and whenever we found someone scheming in the shadows, we'd settle matters the best way we knew how, with a duel. I see. By the old laws, anyone who loses in a duel must be held to account for their crimes, even those in positions of authority. And we made damn sure they did every time. Before we knew it, our small band of friends commanded a force to be reckoned with. Then about a year ago, the Vulture and his thugs showed up. They got the better of us and took over the Daybreakers. Everyone was afraid of him, so they did his bidding without question. But when he showed them how they could make a fortune easily, that was when he really won them over. Now the Daybreakers is nothing but a bunch of bandits and cutthroats who prey on the people it was created to protect. I talked it over with my friends, Annie and Lorraine, and we all agreed the only way to stop him was to challenge him to a duel, and he accepted. I still remember how he gloated that he'd win, but he lost. What? But when the day came, he showed up with the Dust Watch and had my friends arrested on charges of robbery. As if that wasn't enough, he set their bail at a price no one could ever hope to pay. With them locked away, there was no one left to help me. None of my old friends from the Daybreakers, and certainly not the Dust Watch. Huh. And that's why you're ready to challenge him in the middle of town. I was, until that guy with the spear stopped me. No sooner had I stepped out of town than the Vulture minions caught me by surprise. They took me prisoner, and then, well, you know the rest. You said the Dutch Watch would be of no help. Are they all working for the Vulture, then? No, not all of them. The sheriff, Himakira, he's as honest as they come. A stout keeper of the peace. Problem is, he's a little too trusting and doesn't suspect a thing. If it were my word against the deputy chiefs, who do you think he'd believe? Well, if he knows where this Vulture keeps his spoils, perhaps we can help us recover Namika's bracelet. What do you think? For what it's worth, I have a plan, but I can't do it alone. A plan. All I ask is that you hear me out, but not here. I'll be waiting for you at Shizunawazi Springs. I guess we can decide what to do after he gives us the pitch. Uh-huh. I still say we just go in. Oh, I guess we now have our information about the, okay. Like, look at it. How do you, look. Can't even pronounce, it's not good. Good, you're here. This is where he hides his loot. I expect he'll show up soon. Law of the land.